I'll be the first one to do it. Now comes Anish Shah. We have Anish Shah with us. Anish has been my favorite farmer for a very long time. I used to only consider him as an agripreneur because I would see him taking a lot of stuff from farmers in Maharashtra and around many parts of India and doing amazing things, exporting, trading, selling in different forums. And then I saw this great evolution in Anish to become a farmer. And not just a farmer, but a farmer who has clearly learned his lessons and has started moving towards connecting with consumers in possibly the best, best ways. So he brings a very rich experience of failures, successes, and his journey to the place where he is right now, which is doing farm to fork in Mumbai, and very successfully so. So over to you. We are also going to touch here a bit on basics of certification because anybody who gets into farming wants to know about certification process. So we will touch a bit on basics of certification, but over to you now, Anish. Anish, we run, time, and I think, and incidentally, Anish has just been covered by Better India. His story has just recently been covered by Better India, and not only just that, he also was on Agriculture World Today. So he's really our model farmer.
No, thank you so much, Gauriji. And sorry, I actually in between lost you guys for 1 hour because I was live at Agriculture World on 11 o'clock. Am I being audible? Have I seen? Because on my screen I can't see myself. Hello? Hello?
Rishi, can we put him on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, am I seen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Rather, it's a good afternoon. The schedule was early morning, but yeah. So this is a small presentation. We should just go to the 8th slide. I don't think these all things are important. This is about my life and I started farming, but that's a different session. This is how I started teaching, learning. These are my gurus. Next. That's it. Yeah, just go on. One before this. Farm to home. One before this. That's it. Yeah. So what I'm going to touch upon is this whole journey of mine where I started as a terrace grower and eventually kind of calling which made me feel that I should do larger than what I'm doing, and I started growing a large scale. I went to my guru, Dr. Narayan Reddy in Bangalore, and I was blessed to learn under him because he was an 84-year-old veteran. He had great experience in, traditional farming and our organic farming, and I learned lots of things from him. After which I actually started doing a large-scale farming bit, and where I did large-scale farming, I also grew onions. And to my plight, I grew once 8 tons of onions, and this onions turned out to be a very, very, very disaster for me because I had to sell it at just 75 paisa a kg. If any one of you have seen, people, this is plastic. I know you're anti-plastic, but I'm sure these are old pictures. So every Facebook and everything, you can't keep commenting only one statement called plastic. Please grow up, Deepak. Yeah, you know me personally and we've spoken about this. So don't, in every subject or every time, don't keep coming with plastic things. Yeah, I'm glad that you are such a veteran of plastic. So coming back, guys, let me come to the topic rather than digress. Yeah. So the challenge here was that, I grew something and I sold at just 75 paisa a kg, which is like 8 tons of onions. And which is where I realized, selling to middlemen is, am I audible?
Yes, you are. There is some static at the back, Anish. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's pouring here in Bombay, so I'm on a top floor, so I think there's this.
Otherwise, you're audible.
Yeah. So the experience came is where. Can you just move one slide ahead? Before this, one before the onion one. One before this. That's it, yeah. So this is where this is way back in 2014-15 when I grew this organic onions, and I thought I will be able to sell them at a very good price. I got them to Bangalore thinking, yeah, this is this is going to change, turn around my fate. To my flight, I had to go to Mandi or the Yashwantpur market and sold at 75 paisa a kg.
Oh my God.
And that's when I realized that how important it is to not do single cropping. This is my initial days of journey where I started learning, and I said, okay, let me try. And that's when I decided I will not sell it to a middleman. I will sell directly to the consumer, and that's when the whole concept of farm to home, or erstwhile, or even now it's running called CSA, Community Supported Agriculture, will came. So you can go to the next slide. Uh, so I came back to Bombay in 2016. I've done a lot of farming. I've done a lot of exotic farming. These are few of crops which I've grown. Next slide. 2016 is when I come to Bombay and I pick up a piece of land, thinking that I will be able to grow. But things did not work that well, and I had major issue on labor, farm labor. And since the farm labor issues were, uh, making holes in my pocket, I realized that I should do something which is my core competency, which is marketing. And I built a concept of vegetable basket. The picture which you see, a little old picture, this is way back in 2016, the pictures. So you see a lot of plastic here used, but yes, you also see that we were also moving to jute bags. And that's when we created a basket which is a basic basket, a basket which is essential for every family. So onion, potato, tomatoes, the salad articles, the regional vegetables. I'm a very strong proponent of regional and seasonal food. So a lot of regional food plus the masala pack. So you have ginger, garlic, onion, ginger, garlic, lemon, chilies, and leafy articles, and one fruit basket. Now this is what is a basic basket which every family requires in a week, and there's nothing that nobody will have this. So this is basic, and then you add on a lot of new things. This gave me a lot of idea about how to go about. I connected with a lot of farmers. I have close to 60 odd farmers here in Satara now, between 40 to 60, who grows residual free. I would not call it organic. I would not call it the branded organic, but it's a residual free where there are minimum residual which can be used. And this comes because there's a yield which is required. We need large and on consistently weekly basis. And I created a subscription model which is subscribed by a family, which gives a number of family subscription and also gives a visibility to a farmer. A back-end farmer also gets to know that he has almost 3 months or 6 months of visibility of what he has to grow, and he grows that. And this is a basket which is created. And today, especially during COVID time, we actually managed to get close to 400 to 500 subscription. Literally every alternate day that I'm doing 2 tons of vegetables which comes from farm to home directly. So this wasn't easy, and I had to go through lots and lots of issues. 2 years back when I started this, I just had 1 or 2 customers. Again, they drop out because they don't feel, every week there's variety, because people are used to eating variety food. And I am more of a promoter of regional food. So I'm saying this is a season to have gourds. This is a season to have certain vegetables. You should be growing only what you should be growing then. People like to have, my colleagues also discussed about, food can be grown everywhere, but what is in a region is what you need to eat. Whether it is, gongura, or whether it is the leafies which are grown in Maharashtra, you should be eating that. You can't be having apple throughout the year. You can't be having watermelon and oranges throughout the year. And that's where the challenge was, that to give varieties and novelties every week. I started doing a lot of educational programs. I started talking to people, explaining them the health benefits. We have major health issues. Look at our kids, obesity is becoming big. Look at women, hypertension, thyroid is becoming big. So do we eat right food? Can we treat food as a medicine rather than having food as food to eat? So it is just 2 inches of your tongue which gives you the pleasure, but ultimately what goes into your system is what you need to, And that's where this whole journey of going organic, going healthy, going regional is what picked up. Today I am blessed that at least COVID has given this importance to people to plan. They subscribe to this basket. My farmers are happy because they're getting consistently orders, plus they're getting larger values than what they got from the mandis or the APMC market. And somehow I feel this is a way to go. Today, traceability has become big. All my family whom I'm supplying, weekly I do almost 50 to 80 baskets. Everybody knows where the produce is grown. Everybody knows how it is grown. Everybody knows because we keep posting pictures. We keep posting, pictures of the produce which is grown. So uh, there's a confidence, and then the proof of the pudding is in tasting it. So people tried it, they realize the difference in quality, they realize the quality food that they're getting, they realize the freshness that they're getting, and they subscribe and they go continue. So this is model which I always keep telling Gauriji that we should replicate, we should get more and more people to do it nationally, region wise. Yes, I am getting calls and I'm getting invitation from other states, which we'll be looking at. But I'm going slow because I want to, champion this whole thing. Not only vegetables. Now we're going from here, we're going to the next level. We also have now women self-help group who actually process and make the products. So we have products like turmeric, ginger, they're all powdered. If you can put me on screen, I can show you some images of products that we have. These are again, brand, these are all powdered by self-help women group. And these are spices which are now the season. So
next, I think you need to move the slides.
Yeah, so it's all right. The slide, I want to put myself on the screen. I can show some images of the products which I have. Yeah. So these are products made by women self-help group. These are for farmer families. This is mirchi powder, turmeric powder. There are also a lot of Ayurvedic products. We have some, tulsi powder, which is now becoming big. Giloy, Baba Ramdev made really big now. It's become, which I've been selling for the last 1.5 to 2 years, but it was not popular. Now Giloy Sattva, Giloy powder, Ashwagandha, Satavari, everything has become big. So these are all processes which which eventually become. So apart from powder, we also have juices. So we have aloe vera juice, we have tulsi juice, we have neem juice. The plan is that not only vegetables, we can also do vegetables, we can do fruits, seasonal fruits, we can do. कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपको?
नहीं, आप हिंदी में भी थोड़ा बोलिए।
अच्छा। सो हम ये बोल रहे थे कि सब्जियां तो एक है जो वेजिटेबल बास्केट हम बना रहे हैं, बट सब्जियों के साथ हमने उनकी जो लेडीज है फार्मर्स की, उनसे हमने सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप बनाया है, जो लोग ये मसाले से बनाते हैं, जैसे धनिया पाउडर है, मिर्ची पाउडर है, अदरक का पाउडर है, हल्दी का पाउडर है, ये सारे हम बनाते हैं। 1-1.5 साल से हम आयुर्वेदिक प्रोडक्ट्स भी बेच रहे हैं, जैसे तुलसी पाउडर, गिलोय का सर, ये अभी बाबा रामदेव ने थोड़ा फेमस कर दिया, लेकिन ये हम 1-1.5 साल से बेच रहे हैं। अश्वगंधा पाउडर है, सतावरी पाउडर है, तो ये सारे फार्मर्स से ही आते हैं और यही हम डायरेक्ट कस्टमर को देते हैं। अर्थ हार्वेस्ट जो ब्रांड है जो हमने बनाया है, ये फार्मर को डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट करता है। सारे कस्टमर्स को पता है कौन फार्मर है, कहाँ से आ रहा है। जैसे हिमालय से हम हनी आता है, वाइल्ड फ्लावर हनी जो हम बेचते हैं, और हमने उसमें थोड़े इन्फ्यूज वैरायटी बनाया है, जिंजर, टर्मरिक और सिनेमन। तो ये हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स है जो हमने इन्फ्यूज करके हनी के अंदर बनाया है, जो अभी चल रहा है, काफी फेमस चल रहा है। सो प्लान यही था कि जितने फार्मर्स को हमने कनेक्ट किया है, उन फार्मर्स को हम अगर डायरेक्ट कस्टमर से कनेक्ट कराए और कस्टमर को वीकली वेजिटेबल बास्केट प्लस मसाले प्लस स्पाइसेस मिले, तो ये बेनिफिट ना ही कस्टमर का हो रहा है, इवन फार्मर को हो रहा है, क्योंकि उसको मंडी से ज्यादा पैसा मिल रहा है, प्लस फ्रेश सब्जियां वो उतनी उगाता है जितना उसको डिमांड है। तो ये फार्म टू फोक मॉडल है, और ये कोविड की वजह से सर्टनली लोग ले रहे, लेकिन धीरे धीरे इम्पोर्टेंस बढ़ रहा है, लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि इसको सब्सक्रिप्शन करें और ये वीकली बास्केट मिले। सो ये प्रोडक्ट ऑर्गेनिक सर्टिफिकेट एस्केलेट्स इन प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट। अच्छा, so I will come on the organic production, in fact organic certification also, and also talk about the product. Now, yeah, you're right. Somebody just pointed out that organic products come out to be very expensive. That's a plight of this country, that we all have started branding everything as organic when there is something natural, there is something residue free, but sabko organic bolke we double or triple the price. So there is something called fair pricing in organic. It's only the seller's market. I always tell my customers, don't go on word organic. Go on the quality of product. Also try and understand, try and consume your product first. If you like the quality, if you know the farmer, or you know the person who's selling it, go for it. Don't go on words just because Certification comes in 3 levels. If you see NPOP certificate or organic certification, there are 3 levels. One is the production certificate. So any production or any farmer will get something which is completely organic certified, which is called production. The second level is processing. So you will get NPOP certificate also as a processor. So today I am a processor. I am not manufacturing this, but I am processing. I am getting honey from somewhere else. I am getting turmeric and ginger from somewhere else. I am processing it. So this is becoming my process. Though I am not certified, and I don't want to get certified because I normally ask people that people who are buying certified organic, why don't they ask non-certified people what is there in that, what chemicals are there? So I am one of those lobbyists who saying that नॉन ऑर्गेनिक को आप पूछ रहे हो कि कितना जहर डाला हुआ है, तो आप ऑर्गेनिक को क्यों पूछ रहे हो क्या है? एक, क्योंकि ऑर्गेनिक सर्टिफिकेशन इज अ कॉस्ट. A farmer has to pay nothing less than 30 to 50,000 rupees every year for his certification. One, which he cannot afford. I work with regional and small marginal farmers jinka land holding is not more than half acre to 1 acre maximum. He cannot afford to do certification. But that's a trust, that's my trust, that's a trust of Earth Harvest. Today I grew from two customers to 400, just not by saying organic, but people tried, people liked it, people enjoyed it, and that's when it's word of mouth. So I always say that please try your produce. Just don't go on certificate because एक ने लिखा है कि organic है. Organic तो फिर trader भी है. Last certification है production, उसके बाद में आता है processing, and then आता है trader certificate. Farmer had to pay 3,000 for certification to government certification. That's a different Subhashi. That's a PGS certification. And not even 3,000, it's just 5,000 for a group of people. You just come and you can, so group of 50 farmers can also come together or do a PGA certificate. This is participatory guarantee scheme. Now that's government of India or state who's done it, but NPOP is something which nationally has been recognized and people, that's where you want to go. Yeah. So all I'm saying is, don't go on certification, go on quality produce, go on knowing your farmer, go on what you are eating. There can be different farmers who will be encouraged to say, yeah, so why not farmers? So that's what I'm saying. You know your farmer. Your certification is also your farmer who's talking. As you know your family doctor, don't you know who's a farmer? Don't you know who's growing, where it is growing, कौन grow कर रहा है, कैसे grow कर रहा है? Trust बढ़ाओ. आपकी सब्जी जो ग्रो हो रही है कौन से केमिकल से हो रही है, कौन से नाले के पानी से, गटर के पानी से, अच्छे पानी से हो रही है, तो ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. लेकिन शहरों में ये होता है कि लोगों का टाइम नहीं है, लोगों को पता नहीं, वो अपने दुकान वाले के पास ले आते हैं या जो ठेले वाले उससे ले आता है. ठेले वाले को पता नहीं वो कहाँ से आता है सब्जी, एपीएमसी वाले को पता नहीं कौन सा ट्रेडर वहां कहाँ से लेके आया है. सी ये पूरा वैल्यू चेन है जो हमें समझना चाहिए. और ऑर्गेनिक वर्ड से सिर्फ पैसे कमाते हैं लोग. और मैं आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, आई फार्म ऑर्गेनिक, बट आई डोंट certify it, I don't claim to it. जो people are buying my produce are buying from me just because of trust and the quality what I produce. Try my quality. If you like it, take it. If you don't like it, there are multiple options. It is very important for me to make sure that my customers have trust. Irrespective, there are times when things go bad. Like yesterday example, I did almost 80 baskets of vegetables. I had two issues. The cabbage had some issue and leafy vegetable, because it has been raining continuously last 3-4 days in Maharashtra. We have these issues of leafies going bad and wilter. I don't say wilter, but they're getting soggy and they're getting bad and black. And I had this issue and people have been saying, but people also, come back to me saying that it's all right because we understand and we know your quality is good. I will just show an image. So people got back to me that,
बिल्कुल, it's how you build your
so this is where people are sending खराब है, लेकिन the next message says I am all right because I know it is bad and this is not the season. At the same time we should be avoiding. See, now I educate people that आपको क्या सीजन में खाना है, आपको इस सीजन में अभी. और typically in Bombay all leafies go to 100 rupees a bunch now because there is no there is no quantity of production coming, but demand is increased. But people who realize there will be problems, they will not eat cauliflower. लोगों को taste है इसलिए cauliflower खाना है, but ये season खत्म हो गया. You cannot eat cauliflower, especially in this season. But people like आता है carrots, French beans, they are all winter crops. Now this basic understanding is not there in food, and this is very important. I sell only gourds. This season I have all the gourds available because this is regional food. This is seasonal food. I sell all the leafies which are regional. Now there are a lot of, so my take on this is, can we educate people? Can we educate them that what needs to be eaten and then give them that and connect them with farmers is where the model is successful. I am not saying I'm successful right now because there is this demand and I'm supplying. But when people continue doing it even after COVID and even after things are settled, I feel I will be successful because then it's a real win of the concept, the real win of farm to home in real sense. People are just not, and this is not a loyalty thing. Nobody is loyal to a farmer because आज सब्जी इसने दिया नहीं दिया कल दूसरे से ले लेगा. So we cannot build empires on this loyalty. We only build empires on trust, and that is what I'm trying to build. So my whole objective is: can I build trust? Can I give produce which is quality? Can I do processing of products which are beyond? And I also tell my farmers not to do only vegetable because that's a thankless job. They do things which can be processed. So a lot of farmers grow turmeric and ginger and turmeric and moringa. We process them, make products. So these are shelf lives have increased. Yeah, we increase shelf lives. We do that. They also do pulses and spices. So this is methi. Then we have rye. So
Anish, there's a question coming up that how do you test for these products? How do you test के इसमें pesticide है या कोई residues है? Do you regularly get that?
So right now I'm working only with limited farmers. I have my 45, 50 odd farmers who are in my trusted group, and with them I've been doing it for last 3 years. We have something called lab certification because I don't say it is organic certified. We do lab certificate every 15 to 20 days as and when we feel when a new crop comes. Because again, lab certification is a cost. A lab certification costs me 8,000 rupees per produce. I have close to 38 to 39 various products. Where how much lab testing costs? As I said, 7 to 8,000 rupees is what a lab test, basic thing. Now, if I do 40 products kind of lab test every week, that's a cost. Yeah, it's a huge cost, Sudhanshu. That's a cost. And if I send it to government, if I send it to universities, right now no universities are working and they do not do all parameters. So we do only which is basic MRL, which is called minimum residual level certification. And these are the certificates or these are the lab tests which we normally send it to when we do for exports. So I do export okra and bottle gourd to UK and Europe, and this all comes under the same norms. They don't need organic certification, they need MRL. They need something which is lab certified. And we do even grapes. Grapes cannot be grown 100% organic in the yield. So there will be residual free, and we have residual free grapes which we're doing and we've been selling. Where do you go for lab testing? Yeah, there are lab tests across. In Bombay, there's a lab test place in Waghli district called Thane, and we send the stuff there.
It all depends on where you are, where your farm is, and how close your center is. Lab test is a list of lab tests available, lab testing centers available, so you can choose depending on where you are.
Organic certificate policing job, yeah. See, organic certification, when you do NPOP, you engage certain agencies. These agencies have audits. I don't know how much audits they do, but they certainly raise the bills after 6 months or 1 year. And normally the audits have to be done in a couple of ways. One, if your farm, there has to be 3 meters of distance between your farm border to some other next farm border. There has to be a trench so the water doesn't enter. There has to be a larger trees so that the spray, the fumigation or fertilizer spray should not come. These are not certain trends. Plus, you should have your own composting processes. You should have your own gobar processes if you are doing large-scale farming and you're doing certification. So these are certification issues or audits which needs to happen. They do soil tests, they do water tests every quarter, every 6 months, and they will also every product, every vegetable that you're growing, they will take the test during the seedling test, during the growing phase, and during the final product test.
Okay, Anish will be in all the groups. You can be in touch with him.
Yeah.
To answer your question about ZBNF farmers never call their products organic. First of all, they don't like the word organic. They're completely anti-organic. So they'll always say that the product is natural. Among ZBNF farmers are now called SPNF. They will typically say that try to build trust in your trust and traceability, and not necessarily certify yourself. That is what a typical SPNF farmer will believe in. But yes, if you're going to sell in, say you want to export or you want to sell to a big player like I Say Organic or one of them 24 Mantra, they will expect you to be certified. So it all depends on what is the game you want to play, right?
True. So since I work with smaller farmers and small farmer holdings, so I do not want them to get certified. As a group, I can get lab tested and I can sell it, and it's my brand and my stake, which I've been doing successfully last 2.5 3 years.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. So you know what Anish is doing. I just wanted to put in 2 words here, Anish. That what Anish is doing is really what we like to promote across India. So see what Sameer is talking about: grow local, grow traditional, grow seasonal, eat local. Um, so that is exactly what he is trying to do in Maharashtra, right? What Anish is doing, and this is the whole philosophy we have taken in our, you know, yesterday I was touching upon living without medicine. So for those of you who are new to the session today, what we try to do is we build a platform where we said that here are people who are locally growing and selling their stuff, and here are consumers or people who need to be educated and made aware of why they should be eating local foods, traditional foods, organically or naturally grown foods. I would keep using the word naturally grown, organic food, and connecting them on this platform called Living Without Medicine. And what we basically, propagate is that let sellers not be just sellers. Let sellers be educators. Let them be people who create awareness among people, because right now people are not even aware about what they should be eating and how they should be eating, when they should be eating, what is available, what is not available. To give a very simple example, and Anish, you will follow it because you are there in the Mumbai group. So we have made these 14 communities across all the cities, and we only put local, farmers and sellers there. And what we typically teach them is simple things like why they should be having cold pressed oils and not refined oils. Let me tell you, 99% of the people who were in our forum were having refined oils before we started Living Without Medicine. And almost all of them now, I will say almost all because new people keep joining in, almost all of them have converted to cold pressed oils. Now they need to understand why. Okay, so many of them complain of arthritis, they will complain of joint pains, they will complain of all kinds of problems in their bodies, which are called lifestyle disorders. And we simply tell them that, listen, Anish used the word food is medicine, whereas I don't. I believe that uh, if you have the right food, you don't need medicine. So, it's up to you how you want to look at the same adage. The whole point which we try to propagate is that if you are eating the right food, okay, at the right time, the right way, the Ayurvedic way, okay, in season, what he is saying that in season, what is locally grown, regional, exactly what Anish is talking to you about, right? And then you're able to trust the person, the grower who is, providing to you, and access the right foods for yourself. There is no way you can have any problems. Apart from that, of course, there are a few other things you need to be careful about. You need to be careful about your mental stress levels, right? Because a lot of problems are caused due to mental stress. The second thing you need to be careful about is that you need to have movement of your body. If you're not able to do yoga or some exercise or walk, your body obviously starts getting rigid. So if you're able to keep doing this and then you take care of your nutrition, you're mindful about what you're eating, there is no way you can have any disease. And Anish, somebody like Anish, I call him a conscious agripreneur. So we are a platform of conscious agripreneurs. We basically propagate that anybody like him, not only is he growing and selling the right things, he's ensuring that other farmers are growing and selling the right thing to the consumers. And when we are able to create this connect between the consumer and the farmer through somebody like Anish, who's a conscious agripreneur, then we are able to build these local ecosystems which propagate and support healthy living, right? And this is really the movement we're talking about. Anisha, please.
So there is one question: what about mixing organic conventional products in the shops done with higher price? And that's a question a lot of people ask me, and that's exactly what happens. So you have a pound of organic and you have tons of inorganic. Mix kar diya, organic ho gaya. Dane pe to likha nahi hai organic is certified. And that's why I said don't go on certification, go on your own gut feel. Try the product, try a farmer, know even the shop is selling, ask him which is the farmer, where is it coming? Tur dal hai, Surapur se aaya hai ya Karnataka se aaya hai. See what happens is there is no harm questioning, right? आपको आंसर मिला अच्छा तो आप ले लो, नहीं तो नहीं. अब कितना जो शॉपकीपर मिक्सिंग करता है, which is beyond anybody, which nobody can answer and nobody, because, and this is a rampant process because people do that and people get, हिमाचल से एप्पल लेके आए ऑर्गेनिक, इधर इनऑर्गेनिक एप्पल डाल दिए, सब बोले ऑर्गेनिक करके बेच दिए. बट ये हो रहा है, एंड दिस इज वेयर इट्स अ सैड स्टेट दैट एवरीबॉडी डज, एंड अल्टीमेटली इट्स मनी, सब कुछ, सबको पैसा कमाना है.
मुझे लगता है अनीश, लोगों को आपके जैसे फार्मर से खरीदना चाहिए जिनको ट्रस्ट कर सके. और मैं दूसरी चीज ये बोल रही हूँ कि लोगों को जाके फार्म विजिट्स करने चाहिए, लोगों को जाना चाहिए, जानना चाहिए अपने फार्मर को और सपोर्ट करना चाहिए अपने फार्मर को, क्योंकि बहुत तकलीफें सहनी पड़ती हैं फार्मर को आप तक अच्छा सामान पहुंचाने के लिए. सो यू नो आई थिंक
True. And last few days, since now the rains have monsoon set in Maharashtra, we've been facing a lot of issues. And harvesting is happening in water. Then, because people are used to eating, now another biggest challenge is that we have been taught that सब fruit or vegetable अपना same दिखना चाहिए, अच्छा दिखना चाहिए. As it gets deformed, people feel अरे ये तो खराब है. But actually, आप जो खा रहे हो hybrid खा रहे हो. When it's deformed, like we all humans don't look similar. How do we expect our vegetables to look similar? That's a basic thing, but we've been trained. टमाटो सेम लाल कलर ही होना चाहिए. जैसे भी थोड़ा भी अबलॉन्ग हो गया, थोड़ा चपटा हो गया तो वही खराब है. बट वो खराब नहीं है, वही देसी है. बट वो नॉलेज नहीं है, वो हम लेके फेंक देते हैं.
Interestingly, Anish, some of our people, consumers in Gurgaon, have started even being able to differentiate between what you rightly said, a desi seed grown vegetable and a hybrid grown vegetable. उसमें भी फर्क होता है. Taste में, look में. Am I right? You can actually start differentiating if you start becoming sensitive. You're able to actually do that, and I think. We've been able to support many farmers through our platform Living Without Medicine. In Gurgaon, I'm personally supporting a whole bunch of farmers right now to provide food, people whom we have verified, and we ensure that their stuff reaches. But let me also tell you, farmers have a really tough time. Reliability is one thing, but even for them to supply to you under all circumstances, like what you were saying about rains, our farmer every third, fourth day when the rain has started says, "Ma'am,